Peace and blessings, beloved souls. This is Reverend Empress Chakra Wanda, your international angelic spiritual encourager, opening up this gentle, safe portal to discuss what many of us experience in our day-to-day lives, and that is the presence of divine signs. And some of those signs, there are multiple ways of recognizing the divine communicating with each and every one of us. And one of those ways is through repeated numbers, which we call angel numbers. Welcome, welcome. So this is my first broadcast for talking about this particular topic. I'm going to go with the flow. I'm going to continue to talk. At the top of my screen, I see to the right, I don't see anyone actually in the room, but I do see names coming up at the bottom. But I do understand, too, that people do scroll without coming in the room, so I'm assuming that somebody's listening. So my name is Reverend Empress Chakra Wanda. I've been a broadcaster for many years. I started broadcasting on the Periscope app many years ago, and that did, I think it came out in 2014. Hold on, my screen is saying swipe to see comments. Let's see. I don't see anything. May not be swiping it right. But yeah, 2014, I started broadcasting on live stream with Periscope, owned by Twitter at the time. But then when 2020 came, they closed it down and moved on. And so now we have platforms like this where you have an opportunity to live stream. And I'm just giving this a try, see what can happen. I am a spiritual teacher, and I'm always a spiritual student. So I teach what I learn. But everything that I teach, I also practice personally in my life. So welcome. And I was guided by my angels most recently to dive back into living a life of symbolism, paying attention to what normally gets ignored in our day-to-day lives, paying attention to the unseen signs or the unrecognizable, paying attention to the unique signs that do show up. And there are many different ways that the divine and our angels communicate with us. Sometimes it's with dreams, repeated information, numbers that I say, feathers, coins. I see these things all the time, and I've posted them on my TikTok page. Give me a second here. I put a poll up. Let's see. I'm going to start that poll. It's asking, what numbers do you see most often? I'd like to change the number of minutes that will display. So I'm going to put that up to 30 minutes. Let's see. So I'm starting. Does it say? Will it take it? 30 minutes? Let's see. So start. Okay, let's do 10 minutes. Well, that won't do. Let's see. Save. Start. Let me go back. It's not doing it. Let me go to 5 minutes. Well, I'm not sure why the poll isn't coming up, so I'll have to play with that another time. Oh, okay, maybe because I was in the edit mode. Let's see, go to 30 minutes, and then save, start it. Okay, there it is. Okay, I made it past that. Sometimes I feel technologically not up to speed in the way that I'd like to, but I'm going to keep going here. So in preparation for this broadcast, I was guided by my angels to prepare. Actually, I have a special journal where I'm documenting and logging when I do go on live. Thank you coming in, Toya, and also user 9108. Blessings to each and every one of you. Do share this out if you think this topic would benefit someone that you know. This is a gentle, safe space, and a space that is designed to raise your vibration through spiritual awareness. I'm also the host of a podcast called Living an Awakened Life. Living an Awakened Life, where I do interviews with those who are navigating their awakened journey. I've already started to post a series, an episode started with a phenomenal metaphysical affirmation artist by the name of Joy Soul Music. And you can find that by going to my YouTube. The link is in my profile. And when you get to my YouTube, just look for the playlist, Living an Awakened Life, so you can begin to see the sessions or the series that I started and the episodes that I posted one so far, and I have about 3 more to go. So the intention for this broadcast, first of all, I am being guided to sit deeper in my own life garden, to re-examine the gifts, skills, talents, tools, and to alchemize all those elements for supporting souls who are on their awakening journey, and allowing myself to be abundantly supported from the exchange as a teacher to students. And so the intention of this broadcast, the first of many, I am trusting, to educate, to share. We live in a time now where we are distracted by many different types of broadcasts from the third dimension here on the planet. Broadcasts coming through subliminally and directly, communicating and saying, hey, you're not enough. You're not going to make it. You'll never make it. You'll always have to be in survival mode. And I'm here to encourage you to pay attention to the divine broadcast. When you tune out the world, there is a divine broadcast going on all the time. Excuse me. When I was a little girl, I have a picture of myself as a little girl in the living room of an aunt, and they have me in a bassinet that's next to a table, and on that table is a radio, an old-fashioned radio. And I recall that probably before I was born. I mean, when I was a little girl, that when TV wasn't around before I was born, that the radio was a way of tuning into the world, and the families would get together and sit around the old-fashioned radio. And in order to tap into the what was happening on the channels, you had to go up and turn a knob on that old-fashioned radio, and you would get static until you actually tuned in to the station that you were looking for. And so that's how it is in these times, you guys. We are each actually walking antenna. Yeah. And in order to tap into the divine communication that exists for us to assist us in navigating our lives, you have to tune in. And to tune in, you have to tune out of the 3D communication. I was prompted by the angels to prepare for this broadcast, so I'm going down my list here. I've done my welcome. I had an opening song. I set the intention, introduce here. I said introduce and or remind about the beauty of divine signs. And yes, that's what I'm here to do. I live in that dimension. I live by choice in the dimension of staying aware of what next steps to take, paying attention to numbers. Just recently, this past weekend, I just posted how, first of all, how I started recognizing the signs was earlier on. I think it was in my early 20s that I recognized one particular number that I would see all the time and how it aligned with my life. That number was 1126. I'm going to share with you the research that I found, and also, in meditative contemplation, with regard to that number specific to my life. Now, that 1126 is actually my birthday. And I recognized I would start to see that number all the time. It turns out that 1126 is a former address, an address that I lived at, 1126 25th Street. Yeah, it's amazing. 1126 would show up all the time. And then later in life, I began to notice 444 all the time. And I see numbers. How it shows up for me is I'm literally driving. And cars will swerve in front of me or merge in front of me with 3 digits. And I would always look up or pay attention to what I was contemplating on or doing at that moment and see it as a divine confirmation. And so recently, this past week, 2 cars merged in front of me, one before the other. And the first one, it was 555. And I'm going to tell you what. Oh no, I was going to look up 1126. Let me tell you what the message of 1126. Hey Joshua, hey, how are you? I can't tell who's actually in the room. I see names coming up. The top right I see is 0, but maybe that's because people are just scrolling through. But I do know that sometimes people listen without actually coming in. So I'm going to continue. So 1126 is a significant number for me. It's my birthday. It was a couple of previous addresses. So I'm going to share with you what I found out about 1126. So angel number 1126 is a message from my angels that it says here, you are currently manifesting your financial flow and material supply. Therefore, keep a positive attitude and an optimistic viewpoint in order to keep up a steady supply to increase this flow of abundance. Use angel affirmations and visualizations. Angel number 1126 indicates that your material and earthly needs will be met in divine right time, and you are to have faith and trust that the universe will always provide for you and your loved ones. Do not put your energies towards fears of lack and or loss, as these will draw the experiences of lack and loss into your life. Rather, expect that your needs will be taken care of and all that you need will be provided, and that is what you will manifest. Angel number 1126 asks you to have a diplomatic and cooperative attitude and outlook in order to set a positive example for others to learn from. It tells you that as you serve your life purpose, you will reap the spiritual and emotional rewards of love, trust, and companionship, as well as manifest material and financial rewards. Trust that yourself and your loved ones are well loved and supported by the universal energies, and all will be taken care of in your life as you focus upon your passions and life mission. And then further taking that, if you break that number down, 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 6, adding up the 1 and 1 plus 2 plus 6 equals 10, and 1 and 0 equals 1, comes up to angel number 1, which is a very powerful number. Number 1 is all about new beginnings. Let me expand on that. Yep. Number 1 resonates with vibrations and attributes of new beginnings, creation, independence, uniqueness, motivation, striving forward. Number 1 is a reminder from our angels that we are all connected and we are all associated by our thoughts. Angel number 1 encourages you to look to new beginnings and opportunities and projects with a positive and optimistic attitude. So the signs that I saw was a car that merged in front of me, and then another one right behind that. I'm going back to and share with you the numbers that showed up this week. Number 555, and the number 5 represents change, and when it's multiplied, it means major changes. So I saw a car that merged in front of me. It was 555, and then the next one was 777. I'll start with the message from angel number 555. Angel number 555 tells of significant and necessary changes happening in your life that have been divinely inspired and guided. These changes will bring about long-awaited circumstances and results, and will fully align you with your true divine life purpose and soul mission. Angel number 555 is a message from your angels that it is time to let go of the old that is no longer positively serving you. Trust that they will be replaced with better. Release old doubts, fears, and perceived obstacles. And if feeling any fears or confusion, ask for support and guidance from your angels. Know that your angels are with you always. Keep a positive attitude and mindset about the new entering your life, and keep an open mind as to the opportunities presenting themselves. Remember that everything happens for a reason and nothing happens by chance. Even though the reasons for the changes may not be clear at this point in time, trust that all will fall into place for you. These changes have come about so that you can break free from old constraints, and freely pursue your soul purpose as a spiritual being. So I'm trying to scroll to see any new comments or let me do that. I don't see anything new, and I'm hoping everybody can hear me okay. And now let's look up number 7770. But one of the things that I do in my research is make sure that I pay attention to the action that is stating, so angel number 555 said it's time to let go of the old that is no longer positively serving me, and trust that it will be replaced with better. So a lot of times holding on to the past, or old feelings, or old situations, or old jobs, or old houses, or old clothing, or old projects that have their expiration already passed. It's remembering or reminding ourselves that, it will be replaced with better, right? Not being afraid to let go and focus on how it would feel for the next level of opportunity coming your way. Number 777. So the next card that showed up for me this week, and again, my angels communicate with me through card tags, and sometimes the clock as well. In other places that I'll see numbers. 777, and so I make note of the action items, and then I use affirmations and meditation and affirming to reprogram and recode my belief around anything that the numbers are pointing out to me. So angel number 777 reminds you that you are here at this time to spiritually evolve. And you do this by expressing the highest and best of yourself and embracing your unique abilities, whatever they may be, to be of service to others in both big and small ways. Recognize and acknowledge the highest and best parts of yourself, and use your talents and traits to bring love, light, and healing to your own life and that of others. There's more, but I want to stop and point out the action items to focus on here. That you are here this time to spiritually evolve. And you do this by expressing the highest and best of yourself and embracing your unique abilities. I have recognized what my unique abilities are. I have recognized my spiritual gifts. My highest gifts are clairvoyance and clairaudient. And those terms might be new to many, The word clair means clear. And so clairvoyance is a term that most people might hear. Clairvoyance is spiritual seeing. Clairaudient is spiritual hearing. And so I don't see in pictures of colors and I don't hear voices, but what I do is get a stream of thoughts that draw a picture for me to be able to communicate and speak metaphorically. It says here, recognize and acknowledge the highest and best parts of yourself. And, when I hear that, it reminds me to go back and go back in my life garden, go back on all the things that I've done or that I've allowed to express through me, and look at your accomplishments. When you're looking to cross the bridge from where you are to where you want to be, maybe you're not there yet. Maybe you're getting a prompting to change directions in your life. Maybe you had a successful run with a particular business and it's quieted down and things look like they're more quiet than they normally are. But you do have a press in your spirit to move forward in other projects. Well, take an inventory of what you've already accomplished. You've done great things. And then stay in that feeling. When you know you're doing your right work is when you're doing something where it seems like time stands still, that you viscerally feel it in your body, your mind, and your spirit, that you move into that alpha dimension, your brain waves change and your breath begins to feel more gentler. You feel no restriction, in your body. So when you're in that activity of creativity or whatever it is that you're being shown to do, that is the best place to be. That's like being in the soul or the soil of your soul, where seeds are planted within you before you came here, and they're ready to sprout something new for you. Continuing on with angel number 777 indicates that you have listened to divine guidance and are now putting that wisdom to work in your life. And the time has come to reap the rewards for your hard work and efforts. You are being commended by the angels as your successes are inspiring, helping and teaching others by example. Know that your wishes are coming to fruition in your life as a direct result of your positive efforts and attitude towards your life. And you can expect many more miracles to occur for you, both large and small. Now, angel number 777 also encourages you to look to higher learning, studying, investigating, and researching topics that genuinely interest and resonate with you. Turn your natural interests, curiosities, and skills towards areas that involve the spiritual, esoteric, and supernatural aspects, and or research and or study topics of personal interest, as this will enhance and help you and with your inner growth and development. Engross yourself in pastimes that genuinely interest and engage you, and share your spiritual perspectives with those around you. So yeah, staying in that energy that feels really good. Again, if you've got a gift, talent, skill, or to introduce to something where your angels are guiding you to learn more about it so that you can share that beauty with others. I wanted people to come in and type in the repeated numbers that you see. I don't see any comments right at this time. So I'm going to close out at this moment with a channel message for you that I heard from Spirit. And that is, beloved child, remember that you are a beautiful garden, planted by a seed from the divine, full of new beginnings, waiting patiently to expand from within you into the world. Spend more time as the antenna that you are, retreating from the world's broadcast. Spend the time, use the tools that you have been learning, journaling, visioning, setting intention. Also, allow yourself to be supported by your divine team. We each have a divine team. Whether you see it as angels, orishas, ancestors, guardian angels, spirit guides, allow yourself to be supported. And in a way to do that is understanding divine communication and specifically repeated numbers. Yeah. So I just wanted to drop this in onto the platform, into the sacred, create the sacred portal for others to be able to experience. I do understand that TikTok will save, and this hopefully I can save this and download it and upload it to my YouTube at Empress Chakra Wanda. Empress Chakra Wanda. Empress Chakra Wanda is my YouTube. And I will be posting this there under the podcast playlist. I'll probably share some excerpts on Instagram and Facebook as well. Blessing, peace and blessings. So, and I remember in my previous years of doing broadcasting that being consistent and, consistently showing up. So I won't give up. I'll continue to put this out there as far as the listening room is concerned and talk about the divine signs. Appreciate those who have made comments on previous postings. Thank you for all your likes, shares, hearts, and just your presence. Remember to pay attention to the signs. Have a great evening.